Happy birthday.
Well, Naomi, when you start getting your birthdays at my age, you start not wanting birthdays. It's going to tell you every year you're getting older.
Yep.
But you're supposed to get wiser, so that's a good thing about it.
You're getting closer to that brown envelope, though, I hear.
I know. I heard Lorna Chartrand that we was getting her first check soon. Good for her. Happy birthday, there, Lorna.
Yeah.
It's birthday, of course, are important for families. It also gives families an opportunity to get together and come together, sharing each other's respect and love for each other. So it really like Christmas, like New Year's. So birthdays, Easter, all these other special events that make family come together. That's what I really appreciate the most when I have my birthdays, to see my family there and everybody laughing and cooking and just enjoying it. I don't like going to restaurants.
Right.
I like eating at home and just having family, and I've always been that way about family. So, but it's an important time, and for my family. And of course, there's other birthdays. There's quite a bit of birthdays actually. I want to go through them here very quickly.
Okay.
I got Richard. Richard, of course, my nephew has his birthday the day after.
Mm-hmm.
He's out in Philippines with his wife right now.
Okay.
Doing well. And of course, he's trying to bring his wife home to Duck Bay. It's going to be a shock of her life, I keep on saying. Actually, he's going to turn 50 years old, so he's getting old up there. I'm sure he's not listening out in the Philippines. You never know. Maybe he is.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kevin Janai has his birthday. I think it's on 27 or something. That's his birthday is happening. Then my nephew, Daniel Chartrand, the same day as me.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he's still playing professional hockey in the United States. He plays with the Prowlers, and he thinks this is his last year of his contract, and I don't know if he's still going to want to play hockey, but happy birthday, Daniel. And his mom, of course, is Frances Chartrand. She's out in Thompson right now. They have a meeting going on in Thompson as we speak right now.
Oh.
And DePaul, Thompson, and the different sectors of departments are there to have a gathering. But at the same time, people don't realize, especially those that live in the south, the challenge it is for living in the north, traveling, going back and forth, weather conditions, all of these things. So make sure everybody gets safe out there, friend, and you guys have a good meeting. And I know your son, tell your son I said happy birthday to him. I hope he's listening out to the United States.
Yeah.
Also, we got Anita Campbell, 63rd birthday. She's not scared to put her age. Happy birthday, Mr. Campbell. We're celebrating her birthday on Sunday, January 21. She's celebrating her birthday is Sunday, January 21.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, and then happy 20th birthday to Dylan Conway, Robin Jocelyn Conway's son, celebrating again him too Sunday, January 21. Happy 86th birthday is going to the Claire Capner. We're celebrating her birthday on Monday, January 22nd. And of course, a good friend of myself and my wife, happy 63rd birthday to Barb Furry, Minister John Furry's wife, who's celebrating her birthday on Monday, January 2nd. You'll always find Barb at events, especially in the Southeast, whether it's go to St. Madeleine or anywhere, you'll find out they're cooking, making her fabulous fried bannock, or fried bread, I'll call it, and the best you'll come across. Except I always just a reminder that Leah's mom, I think, was a notch up Barb on her fried bread. But I can't. I hope she's not listening right now. No, but Barb makes. She's a master chef when it comes to fried bread. And also, they got my birthday on here. Everybody, you said that already. It's good. Happy 65th birthday. Oh, bound for Minister Joanne Remillard, who celebrated her birthday on Wednesday, January 24th. And so those are the birthdays. Also, Neil Richard is celebrating his birthday. That's Lisa's partner out in Duck Bay.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Neil. And a special one going out from Jack, of course, Grandpa Jack Park, to his granddaughter, Gentry, who's celebrating her birthday. And again, one more time, happy birthday, Duck Bay Lorna. Some of you may have heard or read about the partnership MMF has signed with the Bistro on Notre Dame. It's Métis-owned, Métis-run business.
Mm-hmm.
Signed a 12-week partnership with them on culinary training. Of course, we've got a lot of good cooks out there and hopefully chefs in the future. And chef owner Dean Urquhart and, of course, Celeste McKay both own the beautiful bistro. And they're also partnering with Redwood College and us. And look forward to getting some good chefs coming out of there. So, and also cooking contemporary Métis cooking styles. Like, a little fancy, but it's damn good food, I'll tell you that. If anybody wants to have some good Métis food, head down to the Bistro in Notre Dame, and you'll find yourself eating some good traditional Métis meals and some fancy Métis meals that you'd never usually ate at home, but just dashed up a little bit better, a little bit more prettier. Also, don't forget, February 17th is coming quick, so L'Oreal Day is going to be celebrated, and we're going to have a national commercial coming out. This is a long time in waiting for us, and waiting for Riel and his family, and going back, 150-something years, when he first created the province of Manitoba. And now you look at his death in 1885 and his execution, his murder, and then his statement he made, one day this country will recognize me for more than just a leader of the half-breeds. It will recognize me for the good I've done. Mm-hmm. So you look at it now, and it's taken us a long time to correct his name as a traitor, the treasonous leader, the money grabber, the murderer, all of these things that were thrown at him and was taught in our schools. And so now, again, I think, of course, Premier Wab Kineau and the NDP government for finally coming to a place where somebody is bold enough, strong enough, not to be afraid of any of those the orange men were still existing out in this country, mm-hmm. who actually were strongly opposed to L'Oreal. And they mostly came from all Ontario, and they're the ones who came in and did such damaging punishment to our people. They were allowed to do anything they wanted. Those are the ones that took over houses, burnt our homes, raped our women, and beat our men, killed our men, and they were allowed to do it freely, and there was no consequences to it. So, and they wanted to they really wanted to kill L'Oreal. That was the main thing. They wanted to get him,
right?
And they would probably have hung him or something if they could have got their hands on him. But again, at the end of the day, or beat him to death, like they did to others. They stoned one in the river and beat him with stones to death. So, like I said, it was a hard time for our people for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And we've worked hard on this as a government. I personally worked on it at least 30 years of my life, get to a position where this country is going to come, and especially the province that we created is going to recognize Riel for what he truly was, the first premier of our province. People can say it was called president, but that was the first initial name that were given to the leader, president. And so the next one was called premier. So from that day on, because of this hatred towards Riel, nobody wanted to do the right thing and correct it. So I thank Wab Kineau for his leadership and his bravery at the same time, forgetting the consequences. They tried in the opposition. They got voted down to correct the historical wrongs, and now it's there. It's corrected. So when I was sitting on both sittings in the ledge, and I was very, very pleased to hear the final version, of course, the royal assent, who makes it law. So now that Riel is the honorary Métis premier, we will then fix up the stuff that needs to be done. One of the things I did promise is I did the land claims. After we won the land claims in 2013, I came back from the Supreme Court of Canada and I put a copy in a little red card and put it in his gravesite. Mm-hmm. And I said, here, we've won what they've done, what they cheated you on, what they cheated our people on. We were able to win this case, Supreme Court of Canada. We never gave up on you nor the vision that he had. So, we made a prayers at the gravesite, and no different to this one. I made a promise that I will take this royal assent. I'm going to take it down to the gravesite of Riel, and the best time, of course, is going to be on Riel Day, February, I believe, 19th. Am I correct? I believe it's February 19th. February 19th is Riel Day.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to actually going there, probably with the premier. I hope Premier Wab Kineau is available, that we take our true honor and respect to Riel and thank him for what he sacrificed. And let's not forget, he sacrificed a lot. Mm-hmm. His two children died young, and the hardship they faced going back and forth to the United States. Of course, at that time, travel was hard, very hard. It wasn't like you jumped in a truck or something or flew in a plane. You had to go with a railroad cart and travel great distances to go and through storms and hardships and food and struggles to make your way back, which could take take weeks and weeks sometimes to travel to get back to your other destination. So his two kids died very young, and his name was, of course, always seen as evil and a traitor. So he suffered greatly. So I want us to make sure we honor him properly by taking the royal assent to the gravesite on L'Oreal Day. And of course, something I'm proud of, and that I thank Gary Dewar for that. I had very good discussions on it, and he reached out to the schools to get their opinions and their views, and I think all the students in the schools in Elkson were listening at that time, and they also agreed it should be called Louis Riel Day because he truly was the founder of Manitoba. Mm-hmm. And in other parts of Canada, it's called Family Day, that holiday. And they were the only ones that call it Louis Riel Day. So, because Louis Riel was all about family. Yeah. So it's synonymous with the same process of what the vision was all about. So we're also working to have the plaque under Louis Riel's portrait updated to reflect his new title. And, of course, his plaque, you look at the times and the things we were able to achieve, right, from getting rid of that grotesque, twisted, naked statue of Riel and putting a statue of a real statesman facing Ottawa with the Manitoba Act in his hand. And then we were able to get Louis Riel Day named. We were able to get his portrait in along other premiers. They wouldn't call him first premier, but his portrait is there. But now we'll correct that by putting a plaque under his portrait along with every other premier. And so you'll see the honorary title given Louis Riel, the first premier of Manitoba. So, again, that is something very, very important. And why is the word honorary there? Well, because you can't change history. There's first premier, second premier, third premier already historically crafted in history books everywhere. So making it very clear that he is the first premier of our beautiful province, Manitoba. So that plaque, we'll make some corrections on it and put it there. And I was so proud we were able to put the picture. I was there to put the picture up along to other premiers. But again, as I said, they would not put the word first premier. Mm-hmm. So now we can actually do it right. And of course, the long-term part is the education, ensuring the education system tells the true story of Riel. So reaching out to our authors out there, look forward to people again starting to write about Riel, starting to write about the Métis people, the Red River Métis people, writing about our history because they're synonymous, Riel and the Red River Métis people. So I look forward to that. That's why we're reinvigorating Pemmican publication. If authors are listening out there, Pemmican is going to be recrafted, redeveloped, and it's going to set the stage of a new pathway. And so I want to get to, especially children's books. I really want to push that. I've echoed that to the minister already. Also in shift books, in children's comics, children's storytelling, things of that nature, so people can practice Michif and say it in different ways. But I can speak sort of pretty good, but I have a hard time twisting my tongue for the Michif. But it wouldn't take me long, I'm sure, to capture it. But it's a tongue twister sometimes, you know. So and it's similar. So you could sometimes hear the pseudo in it. Then the French, of course, intertwine makes it a little difficult for your tongue to twist. But if you start teaching them at a young age, they'll be able to do it quite smoothly as they age out. So Pemmican Publication is back. We've hired a director in it, and we're looking at developing. Again, I think we got a new name, however. I think we captured a new name is what the minister put in place. So, but this will be part of the education system to change the process to make sure the true history of the Red River Métis and Riel is properly taught in our schools. If we can't do that, then who else is going to do it? So we're going to make sure our Métis government is truly on the pathway to getting that done. Also, the Ottawa Citizen, of course, did an interview. You can see it yesterday. You can see it on our website. Andrew Duffy from the Ottawa Citizen was still inquiring about, the insult that were given to our Red River Métis. It was blatantly discriminatory, that they would take down our sign, Red River Métis. How can they find it offensive and discriminatory? It was just they basically said it was offensive and political. And how in the hell can they come to that conclusion? So, because right not far from it is the province of Saskatchewan sign. So how come the province of Saskatchewan is not offensive? Mm-hmm. We're a government as the Métis Red River. So and we signed an agreement with Canada, the government. So, and yet the authority board found it to be, by one statement, one guy complaining from Quebec, a First Nation chief. And then that's what all it took, and the authority board made the decision to move our sign now. Now, we can just say walk away, but we paid over $200,000 for that. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go after this on more than just the money, but to me, it's a human rights violation. It's definitely one that's clearly designed to be prejudicial against the Métis and really to be discriminatory, to make it feel that we are not equal to provinces, we are not equal to any other government, at the same time, we're not important. And they kept Riel's, how many times he won? 3 times the election as a member of parliament. He was never allowed to take a seat in Ottawa. Yet he won in an election in this country 3 times. And they wouldn't let him take his seat. In fact, they put a bounty on his head for 5,000, dead or alive. Mm-hmm. So you look here now, they didn't let Riel take his seat. Now they're opposing us to have our sign, making it very clear that we are the Red River government of the West, the proud Métis people. And they took it down because of one chief complaining. So it is unbelievable. There's 600 and something chiefs in this country. So every chief complained about every little tiny thing Métis did, and we never have anything written about us. And I'm not going to complain about what they did. You're not going to see me go and protest about putting a sign in an airport somewhere. If the First Nations want to do that, good for them. It's a good publication. It's damn good advertisement because that's where all your ministers walk by, your visitors. You look at dignitaries coming from around the world. They walk by that particular site or pick up their suitcases, and that sign is there. That's why we specifically choose that. Plus, we have an office in Ottawa. We pay taxes in Ottawa. So the national government of Red River Métis is in no way is it offensive, nor is it political. It's a clear statement of truly who we are as a people. So that's going forward. We filed in 2 court levels, and we're going to push on this issue. Actually, I might, when you walk in the airport in Ottawa, you'll see in the billboards they have, you'll see the picture of all their board members. And these are appointed by the federal government, by municipalities, by other political governments. And so what I'm going to do maybe potentially is put all their pictures on Ottawa Citizen, a full-page ad, and ask them, is the Red River Métis an offensive political group? Are we an offensive group? What's so offensive to you? Tell that to your friends when you're having your little wine and parties and say, well, this is what I think. Then come out publicly, come out clean. If you want to be a racist, go ahead and come out clean. But let us know who the hell you are. And so I'm working on that when I get home, I think. I'm going to make sure that's in place. And I'm going to organize, as I said, a very hard position against them and their appointees, whoever appointed them, that they can still do this in this day and age in the new millennium. This is 2023, 24. Mm-hmm. And yet you're still having the right to remove our potential for being proud of who we are and expressing that proudness everywhere. And you still have the right to look it down because you happen not to. And if you look at the Tory board, there's no Indigenous people on the Tory board. Not that I see anyway. So like I said, maybe I'll put a full-page ad and show them to the rest of the society for who they are. These are a bunch of people who are racist and discriminatory because they have not stepped in as a board to correct it. You'd think they would have stepped in right away and said, whoa, what the hell are you doing, staff? But they didn't do that. So, like I said, we'll see what I do next. But it's not. This is a fight that I am not walking away from. I tell you that. Minister Mary Ning was also a Minister of Export Promotion for the local Ukrainian Canadian business community leaders that took place trade and economic development. And of course, we had our staff there. Our ministers could not be there. Everybody's traveling everywhere. Not at all. They're traveling everywhere for work. So we had senior staff attend on our behalf, and it was very well received. Of course, it was about the Ukrainian culture and the education center, and we were featured inside the event as, again, proud supporters of Ukraine. Joanne Lewandowski, president of USCC, which is Ukrainian Canada, was on and warmly greeted representatives of the MMF, and basically was so proud to say the MMF was the first to really come to their aid. And so far, we have 22 students in the daycare centers going to school, and we have some that are working in our wood project and a few other places. So we're doing our part to help out the challenging time Ukraine faces when another country wants to take over itself. And of course, there's a new date, Red River Métis Climate Symposium, originally scheduled for early February, had to be changed due to scheduled conflicts. The Climate Symposium on Heist event is still taking place on February 2nd in Gimli. That's really important. And of course, climate change is important to everyone, including us. And we need to do our part. That's why we're planting 2 million trees a year, every 9 months, in fact. We'll be growing 2 million trees, and we'll be giving them out to our citizens to put them in their yards. And we'll have contests to make sure the trees still going. We're going to name all our trees, number all our trees, so we can check up on them to see how they're growing. It takes a tree about 5 years before it really starts to fight carbon. And we'll just think of the we'll have, 50 million trees in 20 years planted. And we'll do a big support to helping our world and our country fight climate change. And I'm very proud of that for our team. And think, of course, staff who will work very hard at that. Marcy worked very hard on that. And all the rest of them that made such a big difference. And I don't know what minister was involved. It was just as a new minister from our government there. I think Joanne Remenard is the Minister of Environment now. So she definitely will be a part and parcel play on all of this. And as I said, I'm very, very proud of that. Also got some good news for the farmers. Dave Bodondam were able to access more money to help to continue to assist our farmers. And very proud of that. Again, thank you, Dave, and your team for doing that. It's very important. And actually, Minister Baudon bought, as the Minister of Agriculture for us, bought greetings at the Manitoba 47th Annual Manitoba Ag Days in Brandon. So again, kudos to you, David, and standing up and helping farmers as an Métis government. And that's very, very important. Also, I want to, again, express a loud, clear message to our artisans. Our fur buying company is still moving ahead. We're still buying fur. We're still moving ahead on that agenda. We want to make sure that we can reinvigorate this industry. I think it's definitely achievable. We've now probably purchased, I would say, close to $400,000 worth of furs. And we're also assisting our artisans with the furs so they can have all of the ability. Now, of course, we still got to look at the hides in the future. We got to put a plan in place. I know a lot of harvesters don't like, not that they don't like doing it, it's just a lot of work. Mm-hmm. We're deep in a bush to skin a big moose and try to haul that hide out of the bush back into a quarter mile away or half a mile away. But if it's beside your truck, we're going to try to figure out how we can get the hide from our harvesters and then make the hide available. Instead of using cow hide, we use moose hide and deer hide as we traditionally have. So that's something we're really going to be working hard at. And we're going to try to push our people to start wearing fur again. I know people in the past were throwing, blood-stained red on fur against the right to kill animals by trapping and finding it inhumane and cruel. And they forget the cruelty they gave to us. They took away 1/3 of our income from our families. Trappers were so strongly involved with the climate and the environment, at the same time helping the animals themselves. Because if you have an overpopulation, right? Look at beaver. Right now, the Métis are not trapping, First Nation are not trapping, which were the clear majority out there. Mm-hmm. If we're not trapping, that population is going to explode. And what do they do? There's a lot of damage to the environment. Trust me on that. And because there's no natural enemy anymore. And once the beaver get in the water, nobody's going to get them. No wolf is going to get them. No coyote's going to get their hands on them. So you start looking at it from that concept. People forget how wilderness and life itself in the forestry is needing help. And the natural resources need help. And that's what we do by trapping. But they also bring income to our families. And Christmas time, a lot of our kids get presents and good meals and just money in a household, making family feel so proud. And people didn't give a shit about that when they took it from us, when they were able to stop fur from being a product. So we're going to work hard in getting that fur industry back into perspective like we are with commercial fisheries. We still believe strongly in pushing that agenda hard. We do know that the fresh water is potentially up for sale. We're trying to make it very clear this should be not up for sale. It should be discussed with us. I think we make about 90% of the fisheries, First Nation Métis. We actually dominate all of it. We're the last, I'll use the word the last of the Mohicans, that movie, because really at the end, without us fishing and our elders are dying on us, and they're the ones still in the lake, so the young generation is not picking it up. Because a lot of them, they don't want to see themselves at minus 40 earning $100. So they want to make sure that they could provide a life for their family. So we've got to make sure that we price our fish products right and make sure that fishing is an economic commodity for everyone. So again, there's a lot of stuff going to be happening this year. There's a ton of announcements coming. We're still working our treaty this year. We anticipate by late January, February, it should be in Parliament, and we're looking forward to that concluding itself. And then, of course, we're negotiating our land claims. But we're also holding the Métis Nation of Ontario accountable for trying to bring all those new people in and steal our identity. And First Nations are doing the same thing. They're holding the government to task and saying, look, these are not in any form First Nation people. There is no such thing as a Métis Nation in our parts of our world, is what they're saying, which is true. There was no history of them being around until all of a sudden we see the great victories we've won and we're successful in all the money we're negotiating. And let's not forget, this is not gifts or grants or free money given to us. It's our tax dollars being transferred back to us. And I always remind my people that this is not a handout from government. This is taxes they've been taking from us forever. And they've never returned that value of that tax, nor the use of our lands and to the betterment of their advantage. So we want to make sure very loud and clear that people know that this is not a grant or a handout where we get funding from Canada or anywhere else, that this is taxes being returned back to the proper owner that paid billions of dollars in taxes every year, and to find out that we never got anything back to us. So, again, there's really tons of stuff happening. You'll hear more of it coming down every month. You'll hear new stories that are coming down because we're making headway on things as we progress that we've been working on for years. Now they're actually taking the how you call it, to roost, and they're becoming now soon to be official. May take us 5 years to get there, 10 years to get there, 20 years, and in fact, Lansing took us 32 years in the court and 130-something years in waiting. So let's make sure we get these things in place to change our people's lives. And again, for the people who are buying houses, and what goes off with this, thank you again. There's still people buying houses as we speak today, and I think it's we funded so far about $12 million in assisting the first-time home buyer program, but by paying the down payment, and homes purchased are over $216 million so far, and another $50 million spin-off support to the cities and to stores and everybody else that are the benefactors are people buying houses. So again, there's already 2,000 people living in these new houses that they're buying, and I'm very, very proud of our people in that. And we'll keep on repairing our houses throughout the year. And Mr. Goodon, of course, is the minister of that file, and he'll continue to do his work. So let's not forget, if you want to join us on February, Métis L'Oreal Day will be at the grave site, putting up the Royal Ascent that was passed that recognized him as the first honorary premier of our province, which truly is. He's our first premier without doubt. And I'll be there along, hopefully, with Wapkino. And, of course, some of us will head down to the Legislative Assembly to place a plaque and proper signage under his portrait. And, again, it'll be a proud day for us as Métis people and the River Métis people very strongly. Say hi to my wife out there. Hope you're listening. Yep. Hope you're listening, Laura. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I can't wait to get home, to be honest with you. All days are good, but they're also boring. So, anyways, I'd rather be in my office working. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. You take care, everybody, and we'll next Saturday. I'm in Toronto next week, and then back, and then I'll be home. I should be home Saturday.
All right.
Okay, Cowboy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.